a black man in uniform, standing at the airport gate. His wife holding back tears, his little boy clinging to his leg, refusing to let go. This man's name was Marcus Green, a proud father, a husband, and above all, a soldier. Marcus wasn't just leaving home for a business trip or a vacation. He was leaving for war, to a land thousands of miles away, with no promise that he'd ever come back. And yet, he carried one thing with him: the comfort of knowing his family was safe. Back home, his ranch stood strong, a piece of land his ancestors had worked on for generations. Every fence post, every barn wall, every blade of grass carried history. His grandfather had raised cattle here. His father had taught him to ride horses here. And now, Marcus wanted to pass it all down to his own children. Before he left, Marcus made sure everything was perfect. Mortgage? Paid. Electricity? Paid. Water? Paid. He even set up auto pay, so not a single bill would be missed. On his kitchen table, he left a small folder. Inside it were receipts, bank statements, and little sticky notes for his wife Tamara. "Honey, if anything happens, this will guide you. You'll never be alone." The only thing Marcus didn't notice? A tiny $400 fee from the HOA, charges for grass too tall, and paint peeling on the fence. To Marcus, it was nothing, just a minor thing that could wait until he returned. After all, what could the HOA possibly do over a few $100s? He had no idea that this small crack would be the very weapon the HOA used to destroy his entire life's work. A man leaves his home to serve his country. He wears the uniform with pride, believing his family and land will be waiting for him when he comes back. But while he's deployed overseas, fighting for freedom, the Homeowners Association sells his ranch out from under him. What they didn't know was that when you steal from a soldier, you awaken the entire army. This is the story of Marcus Green, the black ranch owner whose land was stolen, and how the army took back every single house. Marcus Green was not just any man. He was a father of two, a husband, and a soldier with deep roots in his land. The Green family ranch was more than just property. It was a legacy, built by his grandfather, maintained by his father, and cherished by Marcus himself. Every barn door, every horse trail, every fence post held a piece of history. The night before deployment, Marcus kissed his kids goodnight. His son whispered, "Daddy, don't go too long. The ranch is boring without you." Marcus smiled. "I'll be back before you know it. Take care of Mommy for me." He made sure everything at home was handled. Mortgage? Paid. Bills? Paid. Even groceries stacked in the pantry. On the table, he left Tamara, his wife, a folder of receipts with a note. "If anything happens, this will guide you." The only thing he overlooked was a $400 HOA fine for tall grass and chipped paint. Marcus thought, "It's nothing. They can wait." But he had no idea this minor fee would become the weapon used to strip his family of everything. While Marcus was serving overseas, the HOA board saw an opportunity. They met in a closed-door session. One member sneered, "The Green place? He's behind on dues. Let's file a lien." Another asked, "Isn't he in the Army?" The reply was cold, "Doesn't matter. Rules are rules." Within weeks, the HOA filed paperwork. Tamara never saw the notice. They mailed it to an old address. By the time she found out, the board had already scheduled an auction. The ranch, worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, sold for pennies. And who bought it? A cousin of a board member. Tamara only discovered the betrayal when strangers knocked on her door. "This property belongs to us now. You need to leave." Her heart dropped. She begged for answers. The HOA's response? "If your husband cared about the property, he shouldn't have left." Tamara tried everything. She called the board, wrote letters, pleaded in meetings. Her voice broke. "My husband is deployed. He's fighting for this country. Please give us time." But the HOA mocked her. "The law is the law. Pack your things." Neighbors watched in shock as the Green family was forced out. The children cried as they left behind their horses, their treehouse, the swing set Marcus had built with his own hands. By the time Marcus returned from deployment, exhausted and ready for home, he found strangers living in his ranch. The place his ancestors built was gone. Marcus stood frozen, staring at the land that no longer belonged to him. His wife's eyes filled with tears as she told him everything. But Marcus wasn't a man who broke easily. He was a soldier, and soldiers fight. He called military legal aid. He contacted fellow veterans. And soon, word spread. The HOA had violated federal law. The U.S. Army's legal division stepped in. They uncovered the truth. The HOA had violated the Servicemembers Civil Relief Act, SCRA. This law exists to protect deployed soldiers from foreclosures and property seizures. And the HOA had trampled all over it. The Army didn't just file for Marcus's ranch. They launched a full investigation. They discovered a pattern. The HOA had been targeting minorities, immigrants, and veterans, stripping them of homes under false claims. The case hit the news. Cameras showed veterans protesting outside HOA headquarters. Reporters asked, how could they do this to a soldier? In court, the HOA tried to defend themselves. Their lawyer argued, rules are rules. Fees must be paid. But the Army's attorney thundered back. You sold a soldier's land while he was in combat. You violated federal law. You broke trust. And you will pay for it. The judge's gavel came down like thunder. Every foreclosure the HOA had executed under these conditions was nullified. Every property seized back. Marcus's ranch was returned. His children ran back into their old rooms. His wife stood in the doorway, crying tears of relief. The board members? Charged with fraud. Their cousin who bought the ranch? Forced to hand it back. The HOA's reputation? Destroyed. The community was finally free. Marcus didn't just win for himself. He won for every soldier who had been wronged. So what's the lesson here? Number 1, never underestimate the power of justice. Number 2, soldiers who protect this country deserve protection at home. And number 3, HOA corruption is real, but so is accountability. Marcus's story proves that when one man stands up, others will stand with him. Now we want to hear from you. Should HOAs really have this kind of power? Or is it time for reform? Tell us in the comments below. And if you believe stories like this must be told, why'd have you checkmark like this video? Why'd have you checkmark subscribe for more true stories? Why'd have you checkmark hit the bell so you never miss an upload? This is Dream Tales 365, reminding you when injustice rises, so do the voices of those who fight back.